They're getting close. They actually like you. They're showing up. They care. And then you feel it. The urge to run, to pull back, to sabotage, to push them away before they get too close. Here's why you destroy every good relationship and how to stop doing it. You're not broken. You're protecting yourself. But you're protecting yourself from the wrong thing. Let's start with the root cause. You don't believe you're lovable. Deep down, you think if they really knew you, they'd leave. So you push them away first, before they can reject you, before they can see the real you and decide you're not enough. Psychologists call this preemptive rejection. You reject them before they can reject you. It feels like control, like protection. But it's just fear dressed up as self-defense. And the closer they get, the more terrified you become, because intimacy means vulnerability, and vulnerability feels like danger. Here's what happens. They start caring. They text you. They want to spend time with you. They're consistent. And instead of feeling happy, you feel trapped, suffocated, overwhelmed. Not because they're doing anything wrong, but because closeness triggers your nervous system. Your brain sees intimacy as a threat, so it activates fight or flight, and you choose flight. You start picking fights, finding flaws, creating distance, convincing yourself they're not right for you anyway. And then they leave, and you think, see, I knew they'd leave, but you caused it. Now let's talk about attachment theory, because this is where it gets real. If you grew up with inconsistent love, with parents who were sometimes there and sometimes not, your brain learned that people leave. That closeness is temporary, that love is conditional. So now, as an adult, you expect it. You brace for it. You prepare for abandonment. And the way you prepare is by leaving first. This is called avoidant attachment. You crave connection, but you fear it at the same time. So you keep people at arm's length, close enough to not be alone, far enough to not get hurt. And every time someone gets too close, your trauma response kicks in. They're going to leave. They're going to hurt me. I need to protect myself. So you push. Here's the part most people don't understand. You're not actually afraid of them leaving. You're afraid of them staying. Because if they stay, you have to let them see you. The real you. The messy, flawed, imperfect you. And you don't believe that version is lovable. So you test them. You push. You create chaos. You wait for them to prove your worst fear true. And when they finally leave because you made it impossible to stay, you say, I knew it. But it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You're creating the outcome you're afraid of. Let's talk about intimacy, because that's what you're really running from. Intimacy isn't just physical, it's emotional. It's being fully seen, being fully known. And that terrifies you. Because being known means being vulnerable. And being vulnerable means you can be hurt. So you keep parts of yourself hidden. You don't share how you really feel. You don't let them in. You stay surface level, safe, protected. But here's the problem. You can't have real connection without vulnerability. You can't be loved if you're not known. And if you're always hiding, you're always alone. Even when someone is right there. Here's another pattern. You're attracted to people who are unavailable. Emotionally unavailable. Physically unavailable. People who can't commit. People who keep you at a distance. And you think you want them to get closer. But subconsciously you chose them because they won't. It's safer to chase someone who won't catch you than to be caught by someone who will. Because being caught means being seen. And being seen is the thing you fear most. Now let's talk about what happens when you actually push someone away. You feel relief. For a moment. I'm safe now. They can't hurt me. But then the loneliness hits. And you regret it. You miss them. You want them back. But by then, it's too late. They're gone. And you're left wondering why you always do this. Why you destroy every good thing. Why you can't just let someone love you. Here's the brutal truth. You're more comfortable with longing than with love. Because longing is safe. You can want someone from a distance. You can fantasize about closeness without the risk of actually having it. But love? Love requires you to stay, to let them stay, to be present, to be vulnerable, and that feels unbearable. So how do you stop pushing people away? First, recognize the pattern. The moment you feel the urge to run, pause. Ask yourself, am I running from them or from my own fear? Second, communicate your fear. Tell them, I'm scared of getting close. I have a habit of pushing people away. I'm working on it. Vulnerability disarms the defense mechanism. Third, Challenge the belief that you're unlovable. You're not unlovable because you're flawed. Everyone is flawed. Love isn't about perfection, it's about connection. Fourth, stop testing people. Stop creating chaos to see if they'll stay. That's not love. That's anxiety. If you keep pushing, eventually everyone leaves. Not because you're unlovable, but because you made it impossible. Fifth, sit with the discomfort of closeness. It will feel scary. It will feel vulnerable. That's normal. Don't run from the feeling. Breathe through it. And finally, understand that the risk of being hurt is the price of being loved. You can't have one without the other. And spending your life protecting yourself from pain means you're also protecting yourself from connection. You push people away because you're scared. But the thing you're most scared of, being alone, is the thing you're guaranteeing by pushing. If you've ever sabotaged a relationship because someone got too close, drop a comment. You're not broken, you're scared. And if you want more psychology content that actually helps, subscribe.